Hello, it's Floridian Rapper. Yeah, it's me. Wow, it's you. Okay, so anyways, I need to get into some context about this video because it may be a bit harder to understand if you don't know as much about it. Basically, it's not like I'm doing any countries or alternate histories or futures or anything, but more of I'm doing kind of what's it called? Cultural regions. Sorry, I've just been today, but so I'm covering these cultural regions of America. I'm just going over each one, like what it's about, everything. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Just a little bit of context, just so you don't think I'm politically incorrect or anything, because everybody wants to kill them politically incorrect these days. Yeah, so let me get into it. So this is a map of the 13 nations, which are the Deep South, the Upper South, New France, Tidewater, the Foundry, New England, First Nation, Texas, the Breadbasket, El Norte, Deseret, Empty Quarter, Ecotopia, and I did not write this on the map, but the first nation that I'm going to cover, well, cultural nation that is the Deep South. The Deep South tends to have more of the Southern Belle hospitality kind of feel, more the stereotype than, say, like the hillbilly moonshine drinking Appalachians. This includes much of North Florida, Alabama, much of Louisiana, Georgia, Mississippi, and parts of Tennessee and Arkansas. Next is the Upper South. The Upper South tends to be areas that reflect Southern but not specifically deep Southern culture. It also reflects areas within the South that aren't typically deep Southern, including areas such as Atlanta, Orlando, etc. Basically, this area includes Central Florida, much of Tennessee, Arkansas, the borders of the traditional deep Southern states, as well as West Virginia and Kentucky. Now, Tidewater, this is probably a nation you have never heard of, but basically what it is a coastal area of North and North Carolina, never thought I'd say that, Virginia, Maryland, and Delaware. It's pretty much kind of like New England in the sense that it has a British feel, and it's got the fishing, the crabs, I mean, think of Myrtle Beach, it's got kind of that aesthetic. I mean, it's a pretty nice place, it's got that piratey feel, Now, the Spanish Caribbean's a pretty odd place because it's really centralized in Miami. I mean, that's where a lot of Spanish people live, but basically it includes much of South and the coast of Florida in the map. It has a Spanish Caribbean feel, and I go there a lot living where I live, but now New France is a pretty interesting place based on the fact that it has a little bit of a French feel and mostly American Anglo world where it's located. It includes southern Louisiana and much of Quebec, and it's very interesting because the majority language and the majority of it actually is French, which gives it a strong feel of Franco culture. It's a very amazing place. I mean, all these places are amazing, the industrial heart of America. Everybody knows it. Gary, Indiana, Detroit, Michigan, even New York City is technically part of this. Pretty much, it's where the heart of America was located back in the day, for a long time actually. It consists of much of the upper Midwest, including areas like the greater Chicago region, Michigan, Wisconsin, Indiana, Ohio. It also includes bits of Canada, including Toronto, as believe it or not, who thought that Canada could be industrial? But these were actually large industrial hubs at the time. Now, this is a very interesting place, and I'm actually descended, even though I'm Florida born, my descendants are from here. And I could go on and on about it, but I want to keep this video. You gotta love New England and their clam chowder. They always do it great. This state, which comprises of Vermont, Maine, New Hampshire, Massachusetts, Rhode Island, and Connecticut, has always had a strong and vibrant culture that has always stuck out among American nations, so to speak. Obviously, it's not real nations. But anyways, their culture, which consists of a maritime/industrial kind of feel, has always been perceived as warm and sophisticated by the rest of America. Yes, sir, and yes, ma'am, here we come to Texas, one of the most vibrant areas of America, known throughout the world for its strong cowboy culture. It has become one of the leading movements of secessionist movements among America due to their value of libertarian values, so to speak. Texas, it comprises of just Texas, minus some of the border regions with Mexico, due to the fact that it would be populated by mostly Hispanics, and it is characterized by a strong desire. El Norte, the place we all know and love, which a large amount of Mexicans in it. Hope Donald Trump won't censor this video. Anyways, this characterizes the border regions of Texas, Arizona, New Mexico, as well as bits of Colorado and bits of California. It is known for its widely prevalent Hispanic culture and beliefs, including a strong following of Catholicism, and due to the minorities prevalent there, they almost typically vote Democrats in the breadbasket, which, fittingly, is the largest provider of grain in all of America. In fact, this area is so large that if replaced by solar panels, this area could provide all the world's energy needs, forever, pretty much. It comprises of much of the Midwest, and is heavily rural based on its agrarian economy. This area has been stereotyped many times, kind of jumbled along with Southern somehow. But overall, it is a very nice place with very interesting accents, if you ever look up. The empty quarter, as stereotypical as it sounds, I am not meaning it in a stereotypical way, but rather a more scientific, so to speak, way, for two reasons. First of all, this state, comprising of many areas in the far west, has a relatively, I can't think of the word for the opposite of dense, well, you know what I mean, population, as well as a very dry climate. This area is known mainly for Colorado, the flag displayed, and just being mountainous, pretty much, located in the Rocky Mountains. Deseret, the Mormon capital of the world. Obviously known for its high concentration of Mormons, this stretches across all of Utah, as well as bits of Nevada and a little bit of Idaho. I almost said Iowa. Imagine. Anyways, this is known for its strong worker culture, and as well as the large Ecotopia. You might be thinking that. Ecotopia? What? That's a weird name for the coast of California, Oregon, British Columbia, Washington, and Alaska. However, it is called Ecotopia due to two reasons. One, the high amount of liberals who would like to see environmental change, and two, the sheer amount of trees they have there. If you've ever seen a picture of Oregon or Washington, you've seen all the trees they have there. This culture is generally shaped around, rainy days in Seattle to be stereotypical. And even though it does not have an accent, it is still very pleasant. Last but not least, First Nation. This area comprises of Canada's and Alaska's indigenous peoples, and is pretty well known as kind of like Inuit, Eskimo. They speak a variety of languages that, if you just look at it, it looks like Sanskrit. It's pretty hard to decipher, But that's pretty much it about this. There's not much to say that y'all already know. So those were the 15 nations of North America. Yes, 15. I'm sorry I said 13 in the beginning, but it's 10:30 at night and I just don't feel like correcting it. I'm the kind of person where I start a job, I have to finish it. But yes, I hope you enjoyed. I apologize for the mistakes I probably made. Besides that, I'll probably be uploading more videos like this, kind of mini documentaries. I'll be phasing more out of mapping due to a lack of time, and due to my interest in fading from mapping more towards this kind of topic. And there's one thing that I was thinking about, but I didn't really do it that much. Hold on, let me take my computer and turn it around a bit. I got a Florida flag today, and I just thought it was a pretty cool thing. Sorry, I can't tilt this right. It's weird when it's like using it inverting controls or something, if you know what I mean. Yeah, I just thought it was pretty cool. I hung it up on the wall. I might be getting more flags, doing kind of a flag collection maybe. But yeah, I just thought that was pretty cool. So let me put my computer back. Yep, so that's all I have to say for now. Have a good day or night, depending on when you're watching this. My old 2.5 year cringy intro, and goodbye.